there are multiple congressmen, there are multiple movie stars, Miss USA, the list goes on, and videos of TSA grabbing people's genitals, men's testicles, and crushing them as punishment. Congressman out of San Antonio just a few months ago talked about that. Brushed the guy's hand away as he crushed him. And they said, hey, we're going to charge you with assault for not letting us assault you. TSA agents have pled guilty and admitted they rob people that don't let them grope them or complain. And now the new article is out at Infowars.com. TSA workers smacked me in my testicles for refusing body scan. Federal screeners now crushing genitals as form of punishment. Well, yeah, who else wants this type of job? We're in a very, very dark time. And people who look back on history, you know, they say, how did the Germans do it? How did the Russians do it? How did the Romans put up with it? How did the Babylonians put up with it? How did the ancient Chinese put up with it? Well, most of the time it was fashion. They said it's fashionable to sacrifice your one-year-old child on an altar. Most cultures said, whoa, well, the Druids, the Europeans, they thought it was cool to cut their children up in pieces and eat them. The Aztecs and the Mayans thought it was cool to cut their kids up and eat them. Again, because it was the fashion, it was the religion, it was the style. Japanese wealthy women, Chinese wealthy women would have their feet bound where they couldn't even walk, because when you're really rich, you can't walk. You have to be carried around. That was actually the servant caste manipulating with propaganda the rulers into becoming prisoners. And that's how we're going into bondage, is fads and styles. It's very stylish to get into being scared of Al-Qaeda, who the government publicly runs. It's very stylish to get into having no rights and being jellyfish-like. Men are now taught the more, not even effeminate, but the more weak they are, the more passé, the more passive, the more pathetic they are, the cooler they are. TSA workers smacked me in my testicles for refusing body scan. Federal screeners now crushing genitals as form of punishment. Yeah, it's torture. And then Watson has all these links to mainstream news, not just this latest case, where people complain, so they crush their genitals. Illustrating, once again, how the TSA is handing out arbitrary punishments for people who exercise their right to opt out of radiation-firing body scanners. Frequent flyer Stephen DeFrost described how he had his testicles smacked by a TSA screener for refusing to go through the scanner. While traveling through Las Vegas, oh yeah, I've been through there, DeFrost chose to opt out of the naked body scanner and was told to wait in a glass holding box. A bulky young TSA agent came over to pat me down, DeFrost told author Christopher Elliott. He told me to turn around. He was using his command voice, barking orders. I told him that I wasn't comfortable turning away from my luggage. Well, yeah, because TSA is known to rob you, which has already been screened, and wanted to keep it in sight. The agent issued more orders. Stay here. I didn't tell you to move, and empty your pockets. And DeFrost says the federal screener seemed irritated that he didn't obey without hesitation. And that's when DeForest says he was punished. The agent knelt in front of him to conduct the pat down. As he raised his hands, he was looking at me, he says. Then he gave me a quick flick and smacked me in one of my testicles. Well, that's what you get. I mean, that's a freedom. In fact, the new American flag should be testicles with a hammer smashing them flat.